Just before we do the roll call, I know Councillor Kelly would like to express some gratitude related to the recent flooding. Councillor Kelly.
Thank you very much, Mayor, for the opportunity to address my colleagues, city staff, as well as constituents from West Carleton-March and right across the city of Ottawa and the region. Springtime always comes with heightened anxiety for many in Ward 5 who live within or near the Ottawa River watershed. The spring freshet is always something that is watched closely, but this year many indicators of potential flooding were there going all the way back to January, when the conditions of the snowpack mirrored the conditions at the same time in 2019, when many residents' homes were destroyed and lives were upended by record flooding. So when the Mississippi Valley Conservation Authority issued a flood warning for the lower Ottawa, on the minds of many residents, quickly turned to the struggles of 2017 and 2019. There was much apprehension and fear when the warning was issued, but what happened next was extremely encouraging and heartwarming for me, especially as a new councillor dealing with something like this for the first time. The Emergency Operations Center led by Beth Gooding was outstanding, and I would like to acknowledge the strong leadership and guidance of the operations on the ground by Jim Lethbridge, who worked day and night every day last week, as well as on the weekends to ensure that affected communities were supported and that there were always sufficient supplies on hand to continue our flood response operations. The city showed a willingness and ability to be flexible and adapt to the changing needs of the residents and volunteers. The effort and investment by the City of Ottawa and its staff in supporting people through this difficult time were exceptional and very much appreciated by the residents of West Carleton-March. To my colleagues around this table, thank you. Thank you to those councillors as well as the mayor who reached out with words of encouragement and advice, and a very special thank you to the councillors who took time to come out to Ward 5 with their family members and their teams or by themselves to help assist in filling sandbags and building walls. I would like to acknowledge Councillor Hill, Councillor Devine, Councillor Lowe, Councillor Plant, and Councillor Carr for making the trip out to the ward and helping people with the efforts. I must also thank Councillor Curry for helping coordinate the sandbag filling efforts by high school students in Canada North. And I can assure you that that made a big difference for people during a stressful and difficult time. And seeing councillors from other wards come out was another reminder that the city is there for residents when they need it. Finally, I must thank all of the residents and local volunteers and businesses that chipped in to assist in these efforts, including my old high school, West Carleton Secondary School, where students filled over 9,000 sandbags in one day. When something like this happens, it takes more than just the city and some trucks full of sand to help people. It takes many people giving their personal time, doing the hard work of filling and carrying sandbags, and the backbreaking work of building walls. It takes donations of money, supplies, food, and of course, lots and lots of coffee to keep these efforts going. To all the people that came not just from across the city, but right across Eastern Ontario and Western Quebec to sandbag, donate money, or make and deliver food, we could not have gotten through this without you. I would like to acknowledge and thank West Carleton Disaster Relief for their amazing work in coordinating volunteers as well as volunteer operations. Your experience from 2017 and 2019 floods, as well as other natural disasters in our area, have been invaluable in the efforts over the last week. It's never a pleasure to fight flooding, but it was a pleasure to work alongside your organization. While I'm hopeful that we are through the worst of the flooding, we remain vigilant as a community, and the Emergency Operations Center remains active. The next week will be important as we continue to monitor the water levels and what may be coming our way from the northern part of the basement. But thanks to the efforts from those in our community, the City of Ottawa, as well as my fellow councillors, I'm confident, as I ever have been, that if more water comes our way, the City of Ottawa and the community will be ready to act as necessary. Thank you again to everyone who is involved in these efforts.
Thank you, Councillor Kelly. Thank you for your leadership in your community and responding to this crisis. And I think we've seen in the last few weeks a number of examples of councillors helping other councillors in their wards, as there have been issues with electricity outages and with flooding and other challenges. So I'm grateful to all of you for your collaboration and support of each other. So thank you.